Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. Good morning to everyone on YouTube, as well as everyone here in the room. Let's start it off with a little energy if we want to stand, and we will sing our first community song.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Whoa, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world can't give it, the world can't take it away. All this peace that I have, give it to me. Whoa, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Whoa, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. All this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this love give it to me. All this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. We need a little more joy. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
Oh, thank you, Gary. Yes. Oh, what a great way to start our Sunday morning. Happy 4th of July weekend. Thank you all for being here. Whether you are here in the room or you are part of our growing online audience, we just want to let you know that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. My name is Karen Blakely. I go by Rev K, and I am honored to be your host this morning. Well, I know we only have one little one in the room today who has opted to kind of stay in the room, but let's just rub our hands together, and we're going to just vision and hold that high vision of that growing, beautiful, thriving children's church, and just send that light and that love over to that area. Yes. Thank you in joining me for that. And so every Sunday we like to start off by reminding everyone who we are and what we believe. We are a supportive, inclusive spiritual community that celebrates all of life. And we do this by aspiring to live authentic spiritual lives through the practical applications of the teachings of science of mind. And we have boiled down some of those teachings on what we believe as a high-level 4-point summary for you this morning. Number 1 is that all thought is creative and influential. I like to say that this is the good news and the bad news, right? Because if we're thinking about it, we're already pressing in to that invisible mold, what we want to experience in our lives. But that's also the good news because we can change our thinking and literally change our lives. Number 2 is that there is only God, that God dwells within each and every one of us, and everything seen and unseen is God in action. And that means that that light that is the essence of Spirit of God within us can overcome the darkness, and so that evil or devilishness starts and stops in our mind. Just like when we walk into a room, we turn on a light switch and the darkness ceases, so too when we express that light and that love and that God that we are, the darkness vanishes. Number 3 is that everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. That love is actually one of the reasons that we are here, and what we are here to be and express is love. And so it's easy to feel in those moments with a beloved one, that love, that open-heartedness. But can we stand in that same place when someone is a call for love, when things don't feel as comfortable? When someone may be expressing anger, can we see the truth of that loneliness and that longing for love behind that and still stand and be that expression of love in that moment? And number 4, which is my personal favorite, is that no matter what happened before this moment, no matter what anyone told you, no matter what that little voice in your head might say, when we look out and we see you, what we know is that right where you are, just how you are whole, perfect, and complete right now. Just breathe that in for a moment. Yes. We also like to welcome first-time guests. And so if you're here for the first or even second time and you feel comfortable, would you just raise your hand so we can just applaud you and welcome you in? Yay. A few brave souls. Thank you for being brave and raising your hand. If you would like, there is a sign-up sheet on that tall table, and you can sign up for our newsletter to find out everything that is going on here at the center throughout the week. And also online, I will let you know you can go to our website and sign up for that newsletter as well. It is also the beginning of July already, and so we are up to Birthday Sunday. Where are the July birthdays in the room? I'm one of those. Oh, look, we've got 3 or 4 of us here that are birthdays. Well, let's all just go ahead and stand and sing happy birthday to everybody. Ready? Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're a gift to the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're a gift to the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're a gift to the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Oh, happy birthday, everyone. Yes. All right. And now I would like to invite Nan up for the lighting of our inclusion candle. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, and all beings, all life, honoring that infinity of oneness as all creation seen and unseen, to remind us of the light of spirit within us all. Thank you, Nan. We are also a praying community, and we love to pray. And so there are lavender prayer request sheets in the seat back pockets, and you can fill those out, and you can put a completed prayer request in the wooden box that is just to the left of the door. Prayer is also available after service with your practitioner of the day, which is me. And you can join us virtually by visiting our website at sierracenter.org, and then click on spiritual support and prayer, and then one of our practitioners can reach out to you during the week. All right, and now I invite Jerry Lynn up to the reading of our community announcements.
Okay, well, we got a short list. This is good. Hi, my name is Jerry Lynn, and I see familiar people here. Yeah, I want to ask you all to stick around after the service today for our potluck and community meeting. There's an update, and you're going to want to hear what we've got happening. There is still time to join Ignite Your Life with Bible Wisdom. This is a 7-week CSL accredited course exploring the metaphysical meaning of the Bible and the biblical stories and the teachings of Jesus through the lens of science of mind. This is facilitated by Rev Mitch and Rev Lanny, and it is Tuesday, June 30th to July 11th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. in person or via Zoom. Also, poetry open mic with Rev Lanny is this Friday, July 10th from 5 to 6 p.m. And the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity book has still been postponed. Join us Sunday, July 26th for our special service honoring Parents' Day. Info, flyers, and sign-up sheets for all the classes and events are located in the foyer on the table. You can Zoom links and details about our announcements in our weekly newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org. Friendly reminder to please turn off your cell phones. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, and then let's hear another song by Gary Weinberg.
Well, God songs, and it's just a wonderful little meditation. I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Gary. All right, and now we enter our time of inward shift. And so, as your practitioner of the day, I will read a reading, and then we'll go into a meditation, and then I will bring us out with prayer. And so, the reading that I brought today is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, who's one of my most favorites. You do not have to do anything to be loved. You do not have to perform or achieve or earn a merit badge or be witnessed doing good. It has taken me almost half a century to learn and believe this. It is my work to this day. For our messages to the contrary run deep. Growing up, I heard my father say 1,000 times, "Don't tell me how hard you try. Just show me what you accomplish." But my life has shown me that the opposite is true. In my heart, where the spirit of the world really comes alive, it doesn't matter what I accomplish. The only thing that matters is how deeply I try. For out of this trying comes sincerity and love. This has led me to another realization of the heart. Being who we are does not let others down. For much of my adult life, I've heard messages, "You must consider others," offered as a caution against following your heart because it might upset others. Certainly, true compassion begins with the consideration of others, but the displeasure of others is no reason to muffle your love. You do not have to do anything to be loved, and being who you are does not let others down. This needs to be repeated and often. Simply be who you are and love what is before you. Please take this into our meditation time. What a joy it is to come together in this community, to meditate and ponder and remember that there is only one. That one power, one presence. I call it God, I call it good, and I know that it lives and breathes and has its way through each and every one of us. And so on this holiday weekend of freedom, let us remember who and whose we each are. That we are each those tiny drops of good, those tiny drops of light and of God and of joy and of love. And how good it is to come to this space and this place on this beautiful Sunday morning to fill our cups and be reminded of that truth, so that we can go forth and be the reminder, reflecting that love and that joy, that light to each beloved sentient being on this planet. And so I call each and everything that is here today absolutely good, and so very, very good, knowing that it too is God made manifest. And so I bless every hand that made the service possible. I bless our musician, Gary, and Reverend Mitch, knowing that every word, every note, every smile, every hug is absolutely reminding us of the truth, of the love and the joy that we are. And for this and so much more, I am so grateful. And so it is in this fullness of gratitude that I cast these words forth into the law. I simply let them go. I let them be, knowing that sweet Spirit is already whispering, yes, beloveds, yes, yes, and yes. And we know this together by saying together, and so it is. And now we get to enjoy another song by Gary Weinberg.
So this is probably the first, this was the first New Thought song I ever wrote. And the only reason I know that is because this was the final project for the first time I took foundations at the no longer in existence Burbank Church of Religious Science, which became Spirit Works, and now is of blessed memory. But it was a fabulous place. And if nothing else, it gave us this song. And it's called Closer Every Day. Yes, I know that God is all there is, but I admit sometimes the trouble is to see myself part of that sacred place, and to reach deep in my soul and feel God's perfect grace. But I'm getting closer every day. All that I feel and think and say, I may not always know the way, but I know I'm getting closer every day. Yes, I know that God is everything, and that is why I get to sit up here and sing about a life that I want so much to live, when I know deep in my soul I got a lot more to give. 'Cause I'm getting closer every day. All that I feel and think and say, I may not always know the way, but I know I'm getting closer every day. And when I get out of my way, I get big as the sun, 'cause then I know there's room for everyone. Yes, I know that God says yes, and that God I know will never make me guess. So here I stand, arms open to receive, when I know deep in my soul it's done as I believe. 'Cause I'm getting closer closer every day. Yes, I'm getting closer every day. All that I feel and I think and I say, I may not always know the way, but I know I'm getting closer. Yes, I know a little bit closer. I'm taking baby steps, but I'm closer today.
Give it up for Gary Weinberg one more time. What are you getting closer to, Gary? Winning the lotto?
To grace.
To grace. I love it. Thank you so much. All the way from Sacramento. You know, I just did the math. We've been friends over 16 years. Did you know that?
And I remember the first day we met.
I do too.
It was a fun day.
Always fun with Gary. Happy Sunday, everyone. Turn to somebody and say, glad you came. I'm tinny. Why am I so tinny? Glad you came. Glad you came. Everyone online, glad you came. Love that you're with us and watching and adding the beauty of your energy today. So glad you came. So, next Sunday, I will be in Oregon with our teens. 10-hour road trip. Pray for me. I'm super excited. This is a dream come true. I know when I first went to teen camp as an adult, first time I ever went, it changed my life. It healed me. And to see their transformation, unbelievable. So we're going to get a little report card back from them after camp. But that also means next Sunday I won't be here. And we're going to have a ministerial intern, Maureen, and she is fantastic. You're going to love her energy. So don't miss Maureen. Show up for her on Sunday. She's awesome. We also had a busy weekend this last weekend. Did anyone go to the concert, the fundraising Peace Choir concert? I was there. We raised over $300 in one night. So we want to thank the new Peace Choir for their efforts and fundraising. And then we had the rummage sale. And I want to recognize Diane for heading that up, and Virginia. And raise your hand if you helped at the event so we can recognize you. Thank you, thank you. Raise your hand if you donated something. I donated all kinds of things. Well, it takes a village, and we raised over $2,000, close to $2,200. So the whole weekend was about a $2,500 weekend. So really good stuff, and we're very excited about that. Also, we want you to stick around for the potluck. We have, spoiler alert, some good news about where we're going. So we'll talk about that and the process that the possibilities and planning committee went through. Some of you may or may not know our parking lot's going to be closed for about 18 months. So we need a place to have Sunday service. We will still have classes and whatnot here, but we need parking for Sunday service as well. And it's not too late to join Bible Wisdom. We had our first class, and it was wonderful. We have 5 people. Love to have an even number 6. So if that's calling to your heart, come see me after. I'll catch you up in a quick phone call, get you all the materials. We're having a lot of fun and a lot of healing at the same time. I know there was a time that I didn't have a kind relationship with the Bible. I thought it was mutual until I found there was a new way to look at it, a deeper understanding, the symbolism and the richness of spiritual laws that are taught in this book. So come see me after if that's you, if you'd like to jump in on the class. So I'm back to telling jokes. Want to hear one? So there was a minister. He got up in front of the congregation and he asked, "Who can tell me what we need to do before we can be forgiven for our sins?" And there was a little girl in the front, and she shyly raised her hand, and the minister called on her, and she said, "First, you have to sin." Of course, in our teaching, we know that sin is just an archery term for missing the mark, and being in the humanist experience that we have, sometimes we miss the mark. but that doesn't make the core of us unworthy, unlovable, or unwhole in any way. And in fact, we're going to dive into that subject today. So the title of today's talk is Joyous Self-Acceptance. And there was a time I would have heard that phrase, and I would have had a strong internal recoil. Self-acceptance to me felt like anything but joyous. Somehow joyously accepting myself might mean I was arrogant, full of myself. Or it might mean that I might become complacent, right? About certain areas I need to improve on. Can anyone relate to that? It feels like there's just a little judge in there, right? Keeping you honest somehow. I could celebrate the shiny parts, the good parts, the parts that everyone loves and affirmed me for. I could show up for those all day long. But that's not what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on those other parts. Those parts that seem impossible to embrace. Those things that we may have done out of an unelegant moment or a time we didn't show up as our best selves. We're going to learn to embrace ourselves, lumps, bumps, and all. Because real self-acceptance isn't just tolerance. I want you to hear that. It's inclusion. It's owning all of yourself with kind regard. With kind regard. You know, many of you have heard me say I'm ADD, attention divinely divided. What you don't know is how long it took me to stop resisting that part of myself. You know, here's one way it shows up, one small way it shows up. Every time I go somewhere, whether I go into another room or I travel somewhere, somehow I leave a personal item there, a personal calling card, right? I have a friend that I stay with in Sacramento regularly, and no matter how hard I try, I say, this time, I'm going to remember everything. But inevitably, I leave something behind, a hat, some food, a t-shirt that I claim isn't mine, but it is. And to make light of it, I started calling it my Easter eggs. So upon my return, I would ask, what Easter egg did I leave this time? And she would laugh heartily, and then she'd hold it up, and we'd talk about it and have a good time. But there was a time when I would have felt terribly embarrassed by that, flawed, a little bit hopeless, because I said this time I wasn't going to leave anything, and I did. And now, what used to be a flaw or an imperfection is a running joke, a moment of levity. And that shift from shame to celebration, from resistance to inclusion is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how we do that and why it's important. See, that quiet voice that constantly tells us something's wrong with us. It isn't unique. It's not unique to me. It's not unique to you. In fact, every culture has some form of the committee in there, right? It's the voice of the world. And that voice can get loud. It can be the only voice we hear sometimes. In fact, Tara Branch, who's a Buddhist meditation teacher, has a name for this. She calls it the trance of unworthiness. The trance of unworthiness. It's not a diagnosis. It's a kind of waking sleep that we've mistaken for reality, that keeps us kind of at odds or warring with ourselves. And when we're in that state, we can't truly feel love or joy or deep connection with anything or anyone. And so I want us to be reflective and mindful. I want us to kind of do a deep dive of where that exists, that trance shows up for us in our lives. You know, science has shown that there are basically 5 things we struggle with regarding self-acceptance, and they're in these areas. And so I'm going to mention them. I'm going to invite you just to pay attention if you're in a trance of self-judgment or unworthiness in that area. The first one is our bodies. Do we accept all of our body as whole, as perfect? The midsection, the wrinkle, the height, the size, the energy, the memory, whatever it is? Do we accept the wholeness of our bodies? Or maybe there's something in your past, a past mistake, that's number 2, or a version of yourself that you used to be. Are you disowning that? Are you not looking at it? Is it outside of your kind regard? Number 3 is the need for others, connection or approval. I'm a recovering people pleaser. Anybody in the room? I know how hard it is, and you're just on the treadmill, thinking you're going to get there someday. And the truth is, you're already there. Number 4 is just our limitations. Maybe we get upset with ourselves for our limitations. I had a busy weekend, and I just didn't have the energy I wanted to have. I started to have some thoughts of judgment around that, some resistance. Or that we might just be ordinary. That thought. And number 5 is maybe there's some emotions that we don't accept that we express. Anger, envy, jealousy, sadness. I know mine is anger. I run from anger like a lion, like, oh, I can't do it. So I want you to just think, which of those landed for you? Did something land for you in one of those categories? If you'd be willing, please raise your hand. If something landed in any one of those categories. And just take a look around. I want us to look around. And I want us to look around because I want you to know that somebody's carrying, all of us are carrying something, some heaviness. And that you're not alone in this journey. In fact, when we know we're not alone, we don't feel as flawed. We don't feel as broken. We kind of feel like we're in this together, right? So here's the thing. These aren't 5 different problems. They're one problem wearing a mask. One mask. 5 different masks. One problem. Belief in the fact that these parts are true somehow about you, right? That these differences, this judgment somehow is true about you, that you're less than. That's the belief trance. And so we're going to talk about how to awaken from the trance of unworthiness, not waking up to a better version. It's not waking up to a better version of yourself. It's waking up to who you already are. Easter eggs and all. See, self-acceptance is not the work of changing who you are to match some ideal. That's not self-acceptance. It's the work of remembering who and whose you already are. See, before you were a person, you were a thought. We know the creative process is everything comes from a thought to a thing. Every single thing. The chair you're sitting on, the floor here, the stage, somebody had to think about it before it came into manifestation. Ernest Holmes, our founder, teaches us that each of us is an inlet and an outlet for God, not separate, but an expression of it. Before you had a body, before you had a name, before you misplaced a single coffee cup or let a curse word slip out, you were a good idea in the mind of God. And God doesn't have any bad ideas. All loving, all wise, all powerful. Don't make no junk. You are a good idea. And see, when I come from that place and I look at my attention divinely divided, I can get to that place and not see it as a defect, but see it as part of design, of my unique expression. The trance of unworthiness says I'm flawed, unfinished, or not enough. But truth says, when we come from capital T truth, and truth is that which never changes, it says you are an idea in the mind of love itself, perfectly imperfect. That expression of you, all of it, is being woven into a tapestry of perfection for all. And you know who the weaver is? Spirit, the divine. What you think can't be woven into perfection, the divine can do. So you might be asking, Mitch, well, I don't know about this joyful acceptance yet. How do we get there? Well, I'm going to offer you 3 steps. The first step is we need to stop resisting or hiding the undesirable parts. In fact, I love to tell on myself. I do all the time now. It's fun. I made a game of it rather than resisting or hiding. And number 2 is enter into acceptance of how we're showing up without apologies, without excuses, and without shame. And number 3 is to look at ways to celebrate or find joy in it, to make fun of it. Not in a demeaning way, but in a lighthearted way. So let's look at step number 1. Stop resisting, berating, or hiding the undesirable parts. This is where it has to start. Not with fixing, but we have to stop the fighting and judgment and shaming. Because what we resist persists, right? Every time I tried to hide my ADD or scramble to cover another forgotten item, I was resisting, right? And when we pour that energy in, we get a groove in our energetic signature that keeps it there. The hiding didn't make the trait go away. It just added shame on the top of it. So we've got to let down the weapon of the mind. Sometimes we weaponize our own thoughts against ourselves. And when we stop resisting, we let it be seen so we can get to the next step. You know, the truth is, I didn't want to admit I was ADD. I didn't want to look at that, right? I wanted to be perfect, invulnerable, powerful, and I am. But I become more powerful and perfectly imperfect when I embrace all of it. That's where the real power is. So we get to step number 2, which is we start accepting that this is a part of how we show up, not excusing it, right? Think of it as a part, think of it as a child. Don't we give a lot of grace and latitude to children? We go, well, they're just a child, right? Well, there's parts of us that are just as innocent showing up sometimes, that miss the mark, that forget something, that say something, right? And we're not using this acceptance as a reason to stop growing. That isn't what I'm saying. I'm saying the way you accept, you need to accept those parts of yourself the way you accept a friend's quirk or an odd family member, right? Lumps, bumps, and all. This is the shift from tolerance to inclusion. My ADD isn't a flaw I'm managing around the edges of who I really am, right? Sometimes that's what we do. Here's who I really am. I'm just managing these parts. It's a part of actually how I show up in the world. And once I could say that plainly, something in me stopped bracing, stopped feeling anxious all the time. That undercurrent of anxiety when I was showing up in certain spaces. I began to relax. I began to talk about it. I recently joined the Pride Board. I thought, well, I better tell them how I operate. Mitch's operating manual right here, standard operating manual. I just tell them myself, rather than let people make up stories about me. Because if I can be okay with this part of myself and I can show that, other people mirror that, by the way. They start to feel okay about it. So talk about it, find a new way of affirming ways of living with it and through it, whatever it is for you. And then the third step is to start finding ways to celebrate all of you. This is where the joy enters, not tolerance, not even just peace, but celebration. You're a piece of the Most High. Love, divine, creativity. Every strand in your eye, put there by the Most High love. Every fingernail, every hair, or lack of hair in my case, I'm celebrating the boldness now. I am. What used to be a source of quiet humiliation for me became a running joke, a moment of connection, something my friend and I could actually laugh about together. See, that's the whole arc in miniature, to stop resisting so we can start accepting, and then you can move to celebration. Right? It's a process of unfolding. I don't expect anyone, if you haven't stopped resisting, I don't expect you to all of a sudden jump to joy. Right? There's stages of unfolding to getting there. Because here's the thing, joy is never absent. It's just that we need to remove what's covering it. What's in the way of it? And you know how we know that joy is never absent? I love looking at children because they're our greatest teachers. They come onto the planet just blissful, unbridled, uncovered bliss and joy. The authentic nature of our being, that wholeness of our being, that still lives in each and every one of us. The world just got in there and mucked it up, right? Added some belief systems, some BS on top of it. There's one powerful and important bonus step in this whole process, and it's probably the hardest, and that is we need to get to self-forgiveness. See, there is no joyous self-acceptance without it. Tara Branch put this precisely. She said, feeling compassion for ourselves in no way releases us from responsibility for our actions. Rather, it releases us from the self-hatred that prevents us from responding to our life with clarity and balance. Our lens will always have a smudged part as long as we hold on to unforgiveness of ourselves. We will never be able to see that whole, perfect, and complete essence of our being. So, a big part of what I've been on in my journey is this self-forgiveness, and it hasn't been easy. I have to forgive myself when I overbook myself. I have time blindness as part of my ADD condition. I have to forgive myself when somebody hands me a piece of paper and I lose it, and I know I'm going to lose it because I always do. I also had to forgive myself for a previous version of me, the part that kept running from myself, my self-acceptance for years. And it ran me right in deep into addiction and distraction. Years of it. Hours and hours and days and months, disappointing family members, not showing up for commitments, hiding. I think about what I could have done with all that time. Maybe I would have written a book. Maybe I would have healed myself. Maybe I would have taken another trip with my mother back to Europe. I would give almost anything just to have one of those hours back and spend it with my mom. I can't turn back the clock, but I can do better now. And part of that doing better is forgiving that part of myself, that version of myself, so I can get to deep and meaningful self-acceptance. And once I did, I started to feel a lightness, a real joy. And I could receive my good now in a way I couldn't before because I didn't feel worthy. I was in the trance. Don't give me any kindness. I don't deserve it. That was running in the background of my consciousness. So I want to invite you, give you an opportunity right now to enter into an exercise of self-forgiveness. Let's just take a breath in and exhale. And just allow yourself to go within, scan your mind, your heart. when I say the word self-forgiveness. What within you are you still holding in judgment? Maybe you wanted to be a better parent, a better brother or sister or family member. Maybe there was something spoken out of the heat of the moment that you wish you could take back. Or maybe you took someone or something for granted. Whatever it is, I want you to call it up into your consciousness right now and breathe. You were doing the best you could in that very moment, and now it is safe to release it. And so I want us to sit with this healing words of this song and let them wash through you and guide you to your own self-forgiveness.
It's hard to say the words, but they're words I need to say. So I will say them now before they slip away. I forgive myself.
Breathe that in.
I am worthy of love.
You are worthy of love.
How am I the one who's always last in line to trust in who I am and believe these words of mine?
Say them to yourself.
I forgive myself. I am worthy of love. I forgive myself. Ooh, I am worthy of love. All the worry that I carry as I carry it around, it's dragging me down. All the doubt I feel inside, even when I know it's wrong, it goes on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. It's hard to say the words with the mercy that they bring, but with a melody, they are medicine to sing. I forgive myself. I am worthy of love. I forgive myself. I am worthy of love. I forgive myself. I am worthy of love. I forgive myself. I am worthy of
And just breathe that in as you allow yourself to just release. Let it go. And let that space now be claimed by the joy, by the worthiness that you are. I invite you back into the room now. You are a piece of the Most High love. A good idea in the mind of God and the mind of good. And spoiler alert, that all-knowing presence, guess what? It knew those things were going to happen. It made you anyways, and it forgave you the minute it happened. If an all-powerful, all-loving, all-wise presence can forgive you, maybe you can forgive you. Right? See, we're not the body. We're not the past. And there are real gifts to us doing this work of getting past this trance of unworthiness. Because people who have high self-acceptance, they show up differently in the world. They can hear criticism without collapsing and defending. Right? They don't have to be the best person in the room to feel secure. They let themselves be seen before they're polished. They can rest without earning it. And they take responsibility without self-punishment. Every one of these is the same move seen from a different angle. See, the sense of worth isn't contingent on performance, comparison, or outcome. Just like Reverend Kay's reading today from Mark Depot. So before every performance, before every mask, before every Easter egg, if you have that problem, left behind, and in every moment, you stop arguing with that. Every moment you stop resisting and start accepting and start celebrating. Guess what? Joy arrives. Not because you earned it, because it was never absent, only obscured. So here's our work. You ready? Go in peace. Right? Go joyously and embrace this wildly amazing, beautiful, unique, never to be seen again creation. You know what that is? That's you. That's you. Because we need all of you now on the planet. And when we can accept all of our lumps and bumps and wrinkles, we show up in acceptance and grace of others. And right now, we're so polarized in this world, we need it like oxygen. Yes? Blessed be. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you will please stand, I will read our affirmation once, and then we will read it together. Today, I trade self-judgment for joyful self-acceptance, honoring the divine uniqueness as my gift to the world together. Today, I trade self-judgment for joyous self-acceptance, honoring my divine uniqueness as my gift to the world. And so it is. Please have a seat, and if you will, please take your gift in your hand. I also want to add, if you can't stay for the potluck for some reason, we've made some changes to the service. We'd love to know your thoughts. So we do have a suggestion box and some cards over there. Like we don't have the OM anymore. We've cut down the announcements. We've done some new things with the music, including remote. So we just want to know your thoughts about how we're doing and if there's any other changes, supports, or up-leveling of the service that you would like to see. So now that you have your gift in your hand, if you will put it on your heart, and we will recite our intentional giving statement together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And Gary will do a little Gary for us.
So is this
Noodling. No, just the noodling. Noodling, chanting. Also, I want to mention, while the basket's going around, Gary's part of a band called the Bagmen, and they are wonderful. They do perform in Sacramento, Bagmen, B-A-G-M-E-N. It's more than one of them. So yeah, you can catch Gary in Sacramento. Ask him about it. I'm sure he'll be happy to share. Yeah, we should do a Bagmen night. That'd be fun. I think we will do that. Yeah, we would do that? Okay, well, you got a yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, you know what? We might grab Dennis too. We'll make it a whole night. How about that? Okay, let's do that. So let's just take a collective breath in as we direct our attention and infuse the energy of money, which is neutral until we attach our attention and intention to it. And so we're going to infuse it with love, with healing, with unity, with grace, with connection, with joy, with it being a substance for good, as it radiates through this center to do its part and into the community, state, nation, and world. And I know that it blesses the center and it blesses the giver, for it is the law of giving and receiving in action. I'm so grateful for these gifts. I release this word, and together we say, and so it is. So I want to thank people. I want to thank our ushers, Javon and Pat. Give it up for them. Our candlelighter, Nan. Announcements, Jerry Lynn. Streaming tech, we have Chana and Carol. Give it up for them. Soundboard, Sharon. Sign placer, Chana. Practitioner of the day, Rev K. And I'm telling you, don't leave without getting a prayer from Rev K. She's amazing. Also, platform host, Rev K, hostess. And last but not least, the Gary Weinberg. So what are you taking away from our experience together today? Shout it out. Joyful acceptance. Happiness. Forgiveness. I'm enough. Love. Blessing of life. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't forget the flowers. Now, Diane Meisler did provide the flowers, and she clearly is in self-acceptance. I love that. And self-promotion. That's what we want to do. Yeah, give it up. I love it. I love it. Clearly, she accepts me with my ADD, so thank you. All right. If you will, please stand, and we will do our benediction. And repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called stop resisting. It's this thing called acceptance. It's this thing called self-forgiveness. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. Take us away, Gary. We're going to do I release.
So you guys know this. Do we have the words up there or no?
It'll come.
I'm going to wait. Because I used to do the intro, but I'm not going to do the intro because that's the beginning. This is the end. It's not the end, but it's the end. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. I am only here for God.
Woo! Happy Sunday, everyone. If we can get some help pushing the chairs back and the tables out for the potluck, please stay, even if you didn't bring food, because we have plenty.